simplement la crypto-monnaie. Brock Pierce is a legend from the world of cryptocurrency and has been advancing its cause since the very beginning on principle and economic grounds. In addition to being vastly knowledgeable in this field, he is also now an independent candidate for the President of the United States of America in the forthcoming election. Cette légende du monde de la crypto-monnaie est Brock Pierce. Et il est aussi maintenant un candidat indépendant pour être le président des États-Unis. Et maintenant, Monsieur Brock Pierce.
Hi, this is Brock Pierce. I'm glad to participate in Africa Blockchain Week. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for listening. Let's talk about how we empower Africa. By 2050, according to the World Bank, 1 in 4 people will be African. Incredible population growth. As we can see, it's the fastest growing continent in the world, which means there's an incredible opportunity here. 350 million adults are unbanked in Africa. How is it that we're going to address this problem? You know, if we were going to re-architect Maslow's hierarchy of needs today, you know, for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, you know, the path to prosperity in this day and age requires connectivity. You have to have a mobile phone or some other device, and you need financial services. Technology has the ability to create ubiquitous financial inclusion. We can create an open banking system that gives everyone in Africa access at an incredibly low cost, as well as access to the highest yielding savings accounts. Decentralized finance right now are offering access to US dollars, to Bitcoin with 6 to 10% yields because of the efficiency that this technology drives. It eliminates all of the expensive overhead that sits in the middle and will enable the poorest people to have access. It should also provide low-cost loans, much in the same way that Grameen Bank and Mohammed Yunus have already proven. Imagine everyone in Africa having access to $100, $200, $500 loans. This technology has the ability to bring 1 billion people out of poverty relatively quickly. You know, back to financial services, banks, microloans, mobile payments, and Africa is in a position to leapfrog, you know, the developed world because it doesn't have any of the legacy infrastructure. It doesn't have incumbents protecting the status quo. That's why I keep saying that the developing world is positioned to be the biggest beneficiaries of technology and change. There's also opportunities to bring more efficient energy, renewable resources, abundant, cheap, clean energy, education, property rights, systems of identity, land titling systems, hedges against inflation, banking clearly being one of the biggest and easiest and fastest to roll out. You know, how do we create greater accessibility to the internet and again, clean energy resources, access to more stable as well as deflationary protected instruments that appreciate in value over time. You know, so where are we having the biggest impact? You know, what are the places in the world that we can look to now as examples of what can happen in Africa? I want to give a shout out to the president and the government of El Salvador. They're the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender. You now have Paraguay, Panama, Mexico, Brazil, Nicaragua, within Latin America also looking at following suit. A number of Caribbean nations are also looking at this, and I think Africa should definitely be taking a very close look at the things that are happening in El Salvador, because if it can work there, it can work everywhere. Something I definitely encourage, but also here in the United States. Mayor Suarez from Miami has made Miami probably the fastest growing city, bringing capital in all its forms, intellectual, social, and financial. Wyoming has done the same. It looks like the next mayor of New York City is planning to do the same thing as well. I'm here as a resource, and we've got a delegation of extraordinary individuals that are more than happy to serve and help everyone in Africa at a leadership perspective understand what options are available. One of the things that Dubai and Singapore have done is that they've created really strong incentives, economic trade zones, and these are the sorts of plans and roadmaps that we're putting together and happy to share with African leadership, similar to what we're proposing for El Salvador. We've got lots of community. Again, in the crypto community, I estimate around 300 million people in the world have access. When Bitcoin hits $100,000, more than half of the world's billionaires will have made their money from cryptocurrency. We've created about $2 trillion of wealth. And in this day and age, we're mobile. A lot of us are digital nomads, happy to go wherever it is as a community that we can make the biggest positive impact in the world. And Africa, we're here for you too. Let's bring about financial inclusion. Let's give everyone access to an open banking system. Let's give everyone access to high-yielding savings accounts. Really grateful for the opportunity to speak with you. I'll be in Africa a couple times later this year. Please reach out if you'd like to connect. Thank you so much for listening. Again, this is Brock Pierce, Bitcoin Africa. Let's change the world together.